Chester Dunson was a reserve man. He was the superintendent over the parts room. And he had a problem one day. And he came to my dad, who was the maintenance supervisor, and he said, "Paul, I need off." And my dad made him a deal, because my dad didn't make promises. He said, "Chester, you can get off early if you go over there and spray the fence row." About 2 weeks later, we had two gardens. We had a garden at the house and one over across the way that was next to a man's piece of property in a little gully. We were afraid of going hungry back in them days in the early 80s. And me and John Dean were playing basketball. And we heard the sound of what seemed to us like a boat paddle hitting the water or the side of beef. And then the grunting and toiling and anguish of man working and warring. And so we ran over the hill, looked over there, and there was my daddy with his face laying down, and he had a man pinned, and the man's name was Tom. And Tom said, "Paul Davis, if you don't let me up, you're going to kill me." See, what had happened was Chester had went over there and sprayed the man's pot plants on the fence row. And then Tom had come up with the glazing idea that he would hit my daddy with an old school tomato stake and knock him off the tractor. And he laid his face open, and in them days, my daddy wore Mercurochrome like cologne. The lesson is this: there are some things that are going to come against you that you had nothing to do with. And those are the freebies. Those are the ones that are going to make you stronger, because they don't make sense. Survive those and become more. God bless you. Fluid English.
Fluid English.